Welcome to a brand new episode of Two Girls, One Gaming Topic. The topic as voted by your good selves. Today, well actually, wait a minute. My name's Gemma.
I'm Jessica.
This is really ad hoc. I love to kind of set this playlist up as ad hoc and barely edited. We have a puppy here. That's how ad hoc this is. So today's topic was picked by you and you. Are you good? And we're going to be asking whether or not retro game markets are too expensive. Now I said to Jess this morning, I have some fire in my belly for this episode. I'm excited for this, but I'm going to let you start. Because I started in the last episode.
Did you?
And it's interesting because me as a collector, you know me, I go into markets and I'm like, stimuli overload, and you're the one that has to kind of go, calm down. I found this rarity because I just totally miss it because I'm
but you get mad at me when I tell you to calm down.
I get excited.
Typical thing, don't ever tell a woman to calm down because they will do the opposite.
I get completely excited. So, are retro gaming markets too expensive?
I still think we talked about this before a long time ago, but since you guys voted for it,
right,
we'll dive into it anyway. No, and the reason I think that is because you have a lot of variety, for one. If you don't want to buy from one vendor, don't buy from that vendor. There are other vendors that sell the same thing. Unless it's a rare item, then that's a little different. But I'm a business owner, and I look at things as cost of doing business. So, you know, what may seem like a lot to you or very cheap to you has a completely different meaning to the business owner, because you have to remember there's not just the regular like average market price or supply and demand, but there's also the cost of how much it takes to run that business, to buy that stall, to have the card reader or have employees, and, you know, that sort of thing.
PayPal Business costs what? Like you have to pay, like if you've got a card reader, it depends on what kind of thing you have set up with. You know, it could be PayPal, it could be Stripe, it could be your bank, whatever. But so I look at it as you don't know how much it actually costs them to be able to sell that item to you. So when you're upset that something looks expensive, then just move on. It's, you know, don't argue with people. I think that's an interesting point about kind of that. I think what we need to look at really is the definition of expensive, and I've got a great example in my head which will relate to what you're saying. So at the last, I think it was the time before last, or the last Doncaster gaming market, I saw a Sega Mega Drive, one of the rare bundles. I think it was the Sonic bundle, and it was like 625 quid.
Oh, now, that was the last one.
In my opinion, I thought that was far too expensive.
Yes. Far too expensive for you. Not because it's a matter of how much money you have, but because you feel like personally it's not worth that to you.
Right. Whereas, you know, I don't even think I can dream of a Super Nintendo bundle that would cost that much. I can't think of a specific, like, and the Super Nintendo is my baby, so I have no qualms about spending large chunks of money on large items at these retro gaming markets. But so that to me was too expensive. But I can recall it was a copy of Dino Crisis. It was at the Nottingham market last October. And the prices, there were 3 stalls that I saw, one for 25, one for 30, and one for 35. No, one for 20, one for 25, one for 30, that's right. Okay. So there was a mild variation in expense there. And I actually think I ended up paying, I think I paid the 20 quid. Because when I was going to buy for the 25 quid, because I liked the guy who was selling. So for me, it's about, do I want to give this guy or this woman my money because I've got a good relationship with them, and I really, you know, they might be selling their stuff because
so you've worked with them before,
or they've got a kid in the way and they're selling their collection.
Kid in the way?
A kid on the way.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry, slip of the tongue there.
I'm sorry, I'm a mother. She's not a mother.
Oh my God. I'm a mother of a dog, okay?
Yeah, so I thought she said a kid in the way, and I was like, excuse me.
So I don't actually mind paying that little bit more if I know that it's going to benefit that family and they're going to get, you know, they've got a kid on the way, they need the money, you know. So $625 for a Sega Mega Drive, I mean, that's clearly too expensive, but mild fluctuations in prices, that's going to happen, and I don't think we should be losing our heads over it.
No, I mean, there are people that are ridiculous. They think they're just going to put something out there and see if someone's dumb enough to fucking buy it, excuse my language, to buy it. You might have to bleep that out. You know, but for the most part, I mean, if we're talking about gaming markets as a whole, then no, they're not. There are things that I look at and I say, okay, I don't think it's worth that for me.
Can you think of an example?
Well, I can think of a time when I bought something that, or actually I had you buy it. The last gaming market, I bought a pack of cards, Call of Duty cards, and they were like $8.99.
Right.
Playing cards, that is, you know, just a deck, play poker with, whatever.
Yeah.
And then we saw them at another stall for $6.99.
Six, I think it was, yeah.
So,
yeah,
I mean, but whatever.
It comes down to that.
Like I said, we don't know.
And we don't know, like you said, the guy that sold them for more expensive might have a higher cost of business, or he might have had to travel further from down in the country to get all of his stock up to that. And
it was a chick, actually. You're just assuming everybody assumes gamers and the likes are guys, but...
Well, whatever. That's a different topic. Oh, God. This has told you it's ad hoc. I love it. It's brilliant.
But it was a chick that sold it, and she didn't have as many items to sell.
Yeah.
You know, so it could be that maybe she didn't get as good of a price when she bought them.
Exactly. So, and because it's interesting, because a lot of the comments, I've seen a lot of comments with the retro game markets that I do, people saying, whoa, look at those prices, or wow, that is an absolute rip-off. And, you know, if you look at it at face value, you might think that the Dino Crisis at £30 is an absolute astronomical rip-off, but let's think about condition as well. The £20 copy of Dino Crisis versus the £30 copy of Dino Crisis, that £30 copy might be way more immaculate, and, you know, look at it from the view of a collector and not just a player. I think if you're a player, get the 20 quid one.
Unless it's scratched.
Right, so you've got to look at the disc, you've got to look at like the manual, you know, the inserts, are they ripped, is there any sun damage as well? So for me, I think what I like to do is I'll go around, and you hate this, you absolutely hate this, but
I already know what she's gonna say, I can tell her now.
I'll go round every single stall, get a flavour for what I want.
2-3 times,
and then I'll go back, you know, and we'll have those conversations. So, you know, but there are people that I refuse to buy from, purely because I don't like their business ethic, and I know a lot of people in this industry, and I've had a lot of people tell me avoid them for X, Y, and Z, and I would never ever breach their confidentiality and kind of trash talk. I'm not here to do that, but
no, but we've had personal experiences too.
Yeah, but I know in my own mind who I would avoid, even if they had something I wanted, and even if the price was right.
Which you've done.
Me, I do it all the time.
Yeah.
I do it all the time, and don't get me wrong, you know, I'm all for like supporting local businesses. Like I said in a previous video, I think it was 2 videos ago, you know, as my YouTube channel generates revenue, it's a registered business, I put that money back into the channel, I put that money back into other people's local businesses so they can continue, because it's important to me that, you know, those businesses stay afloat. But I want it to be the right business for everybody. Like, I don't want kind of high prices and shit customer service.
No.
I don't want high prices, or like low prices and shit customer service. You know, I want good customer service and fair prices, so everybody gets what they want. And I think if I was a stall owner, and I would want my customers to be like, get that buzz and get that thing of, you know, picking something up that they really, really want, and to go away feeling happy that they've got the right bargain, not go away feeling...
Well, it doesn't always have to be a bargain. Why does it have to be a bargain? It could just be that it's good value.
Yeah, I guess. So, you know, all this talk of retro gaming markets, it kind of seems a little bit of a foreign topic at the minute with obviously the restrictions and the lockdown, but I am looking forward to kind of getting back out there. And you know what, I just as a kind of side note, I love seeing the kinds of stalls that pop up like as a one-off. So I've met people that are emigrating and they're selling off their collections. I've met a lot of people, like I said, that have got babies on the way and they're selling their collections.
They're moving.
Or they're kind of renovating.
Yeah.
You know, so even if you don't support a local business, you can support a family. And if they want to flog their gear to you, let's go for it. So I think the prices are very fair, and ultimately, like you said, if you don't want to buy something, if you don't want to pay 10 quid, let's just say this 10 quid Halo 2, blatantly that would be a rip-off. Don't pay it. It's as simple as, you know, there's no pressure, there's nothing mandatory about retro game hunting and buying. No.
And there's also the stalls where you have, say, like handmade unique items, and some people might say, oh, I could get a pillow at, like, I don't know, what's a cheap store, like Walmart in the US, or maybe like Home Bargains in the UK.
Or like Numbskull, something from here, like a gamers one. They do a lot of gaming branded stuff. It's a chain, like a big corporate thing.
I know what Numbskull is.
Yeah.
But anyway, you know, the people might say, oh, I could buy a pillow, for instance, you know, for like 2-3 quid or dollars, whatever.
Yeah.
But these people took the time to make it. The materials were expensive, and it takes a long time to do quite a few of these things, even if it looks like something that's simple to you.
Right.
Most of the time it's not as simple as it looks.
Yeah.
So I think for those kinds of businesses, when people say, oh, I'm not going to pay that for a pillow or for a pair of earrings or a keychain or whatever, it's like, well, you have to take more into account than just the cost of material itself.
Right. So it's the kind of labour that goes into it. We have a cat trying to break in the door. I'm going to let that evolve. The dog's probably going to jump down. Oh, Libby's there. Libby? If I were you, I'd get under the sofa. There you just this like cat paw sliding in.
Commentary.
Yeah. I think like, the craftsmanship, the ingenuity, I was actually gutted last time we went. There's this one stall that always goes, it's a female, so I'm not, you know, saying all the stalls are males, and she sells like really cool bead art, signs for your game room, and she wasn't there, and I was gutted because I was hoping just to get a few bits. You know, there's some kind of wall space in here that I'm not going to be able to put shelves up because these walls are shit anyway. But I just got some bits around, and you know, support her. I love it. I love that kind of stuff. There's so much variety out there. Let's embrace it. But £625 for a Sega Mega Drive, maybe that's a bit too much.
If you saw a little shake in the camera after the cat came in, Molly did go to check it out, so she did bump the tripod a little bit, so apologies for that.
But in conclusion to this, I don't think retro game markets are too expensive. I think you have to balance up what is expensive and what kind of condition you want versus price. If you're not bothered, you know, condition wise, you can go for the cheapest. If you're a collector as well as a gamer, a player like me, then you might want to pay that extra £10 to support that local business, to get, like, you know, 0 scratches on your disc. So that's my 2 cents. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. Now there'll be a fresh 4 new topics to choose from on the website. If you click the link in the cards, it'll take you direct to the page where you can vote on the next episode of 2 Girls 1 Gaming Topic. Just scroll all the way to the bottom of the page and you'll see your 4 options there. Click and submit and you're good to go. Thank you to everybody that's been voting so far. I'm getting flurries of emails come through saying that somebody's voted, so I appreciate it. It is it's really, really appreciated. So thank you very much. And we'll conclude. Are you ready for the click?
Sure.
Subscribe in 3, 2, 1.